Hello guys, and welcome to Michelle's Life on Repeat. I am getting ready to go into my local grocery store for some orchids that every once in a while new ones will pop up instead of the beautiful Phalaenopsises, which most all grocery stores have, for a Miltonia, not a Miltoniopsis. I don't have a Miltonia, and that was the one that I wanted to find. But, you know, I'm not opposed to finding any other nice, gorgeous orchids. Let's hope this store has a good variety. I want you to see this nice Mustang I parked right next to. Maybe I'll ask my husband for one for Christmas. I already see it, and I'm so glad I came. Do you see it yet? Do you see it, folks? Let's get closer. Here is the Zygopetalum. Yep, she's coming home with me.
They must have changed it. Try.
She beautiful. Look at that suitable.
I might do some of the interior orchids. I still have it.
Here you have a Nobly in the back. It's a small one. I normally see them at Christmas time. Very pretty. Very pretty. I have one already, so that one stays. Do you see how pretty she is? Okay, here is the final choices. We have this beauty. Let me back it out. This beauty with her brown and orange blooms. Let's take a look at her. Okay, let's look at her. Was that amazing or what? I am so glad that I got that little nudge in me to go out and look for orchids. And of course, the budget man, I had to call him on the phone and go, Priceline negotiator, can we talk? Because you see, I already spent my budgeted money for August, this August, but it was July when I ordered my August order. Needless to say, I try to stay and adhere to a budget because, you know, it can get out of control. And, well, I begged. No, I didn't beg. I didn't have to beg. I just said, could I take a loan out from my next month's orchid budget? And he just cut me right the heck off and said, no. No, he didn't say no. He said, you went out to look for orchids, so I imagine you have some orchids in your cart. I'm like, yeah, but there wasn't just one pretty orchid. There was like 10. And he's like, so I narrowed it down to 4 out of 6 beautiful orchids that I wanted to pick up. And I am tickled pink. It is a hot day. I had to get my cool beverage, put on my shorts, and my dog is at the door with her big cone around her head, banging it like, let me in, Mom. So let me open the door. Let's take a look at these orchids close up. The first one is a Zygopetalum, and I believe I already have this one, but of course there is no proper name on the labels. But I just have a heart for Zygopetalums, and I love that the leaves are green and not all spotted up. And of course they put these pretty little cottony doohickey things in there. And you know me, I'm gonna deconstruct it all and check out the roots. Because you see that bark in there? Yeah. Zygopetalums in my house like moss. They like it a lot. So I am going to strip her out and put her in moss. Next we have, this is an interesting way of selling a plant. It is the pot inside of a vase of some sort. It's kind of fancy. But we have a Miltoniopsis. And they look very good in my cool downstairs area. Remember, they love more cooler than hot temperatures, although they'll do okay in medium to intermediate warm. I have a place for them that are cool, so I am excited. Got one to open up over there, but let's check out her roots if we can. Well, I don't think we can because it is in a pot with fluff. So we will peek. Let me move her right over here and we will peek. Because we know that they love moisture. Just want to make sure she has some moisture going on in there underneath all of that pretty. And a shout out hello to the clerks in the Safeway in my little town who we chatted up, and she asked for my YouTube name, and here we are. Thanks for ordering in such beautiful orchids. Excuse me as I deconstruct all the work you put into it. They do look beautiful though. And we can see that she is a little wobbly in the pot without excuse me, all that stuff holding her up, which tells me she doesn't have a great root system. So I am going to have to deconstruct that bark, check on her, and repot her in the media that does well for me in my house. We'll deconstruct her at another time, but isn't she a beauty? And moving on to orchid number 3, I left at her. I noticed that I have rarely any yellow orchids in my collection. So when I saw her, I jumped out and grabbed her. Not quite sure what she is, but she has all of those buds going on and she is going to explode pretty soon. Let's check out her roots. Sorry, Bella, I stepped on her tail. They are in a bark. They look like they need some help. They look a little dry. Yes, it is hard to scratch your own ears when you have the cone on, huh, Bells? So that's what Mama's job is. Scratch those ears, Mama. Scratch them good. Sneezeroo excitement. Back to the orchids. This gorgeous, I believe she is an oncidium type. Has papery roots, so we're going to have to get a good drink in there, see what roots are still alive, remove the bark if it is in fact old, and reset her into the bark mixture of my choice. We also have a secondary spike coming up on her, so we will have blooms for a while if I can make the acclimation process go smoothly. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Thanks for joining me today on Michelle's Life on Repeat.